I am Adriana Zgirvaci. I am 24 years old and I am a trainee in the Political Press and Information section at the EU Delegation to Moldova. Each working day at the delegation can bring up a challenge that you didn't see coming. Either there is the research you have to carry out, a variety of events you need to keep an eye on, or a political decision that shifts your agenda. One day you can be on the ground and observe electoral practices or meet local authorities, and the other you focus on writing a briefing paper, participating in a discussion on human rights, or attending a conference on justice reform. And you may end up the day by drafting an informative note and scanning the key news of the day. Because the political context evolves constantly, every day you are in a process of analyzing the events you cannot be disconnected of. And that's exactly what makes the work in the political section demanding and fascinating at the same time. Primarily, I assisted my colleagues to carry out their portfolios on human rights, justice, election sector and communication by searching data on political affairs, verifying the legislation and the subsequent amendments, by discussing with development partners or engaging with civil society representatives. So the main responsibility was to monitor the main political, legal and social developments, so that we are aware of the status of the association agreement implementation and could identify the areas towards which the European Union could support in order to ensure that the European Union indeed contributes to the democracy building process of Moldova. As I had access to a range of learning materials, I learned a lot about protocol and diplomatic communication, about conflict screening and analysis, or international recommendations for a better functioning of the judiciary or media services, for example. But besides the undoubtedly valuable knowledge that I gained, the traineeship gave me the opportunity to enhance my abilities. Therefore, being more flexible, much more resilient and critical and quick and efficient at the same time. This is another lesson that I take with me for my future experiences. Challenging days were the ones when I tried to manage my time properly, so that I succeed to gather insights from long conferences, meetings or discussions taking place simultaneously or with a short break in between. Consequently, to keep the pace with all the news bulletins coming my way during a dynamic day, especially when a crisis is unfolding in the country, I had to extend my working schedule. But that's always the case when you wish to gather as much information as possible and improve your expertise day by day. Great memories that will stay with me after this traineeship are the visits to Moldova's localities, when I could get a broader view of the country outside Chisinau. Because by interacting with people working in local communities is key to get a much more accurate insight into the realities you have to deal with. Therefore, that's another fact that I learned. The European Union listens and responds to people's needs and aspirations, and that's the way European Union succeeded to build one of the most reliable partnerships of Moldova. I would encourage young students who are passionate of diplomacy to work continuously on adding assets to their CVs and to prepare rigorously for every application they submit for programs of this kind. It's important to be very organized and to manage very well your time. And these are not only cliché, but these are indeed ingredients for a fruitful activity. And I would encourage them to not hesitate and apply for the next traineeship to be announced. But wherever they are, either home or abroad, and no matter what domain they activate in, I wish they promote European values and spread awareness of the EU's impact on the development of Moldova, or of any country where the European Union is present. The colleagues I worked with are great professionals who inspired me and made the time at the delegation a memorable one. I am very grateful for their guidance and the welcoming environment that I enjoyed. Obviously, I will meet their team spirit and dedication, and I'm very proud of their endeavors to bring the EU and Moldova closer to each other. This experience has a huge impact on my professional career, and their support is greatly appreciated. And I am confident that future trainees will cherish the same precious advice and experience rewarding collaboration with the team.